Thank you, Professor Lecce, for your introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. I want to spend just, to say, 5 minutes by describing an initiative, a European initiative that could be, say, very important for us, because this initiative deals with high-performance computing. And you know that high-performance computing is a fundamental tool and instrument for running simulations, modeling, data analysis, etc. For this reason, I think that this, what I am going to say, I think could be interesting for most of you, and maybe I hope that you can also join this initiative. In fact, the starting point of this initiative was the table you can see in the slide, showing, I would say, the size of the investments in Europe to buy, say, HPC products in the different application areas, and you can recognize a lot of areas that are strongly related to the topics we discussed in the last 2 days here. And okay, the total amount of investment is more or less 1.6 billion euro. Is a huge investment from the European environment in buying HPC tools. As you probably know, the main problem here is that most of money spent to buy these tools or products is not retained here in Europe. In fact, even though Europe has strengths in the application of HPC and in the development of advanced software and services, in spite of that, EU HPC suppliers held a market share of only more or less 4%. Okay, this was in 2009, but the situation has not improved. And this wording is written, is the exact wording you can find in the communication from the European Commission to the European Parliament regarding high-performance computing in Europe, presented in February this year. So this is let me say, an important point that started important analysis about the status of HPC in Europe, and ended in the definition of a sort of strategy, European strategy for HPC. But as I said, is described mainly in the communication I have already mentioned, in which there are two main, let me say, points, main aspects that are emphasized. The first one, that HPC is recognized as a high strategic tool, a high strategic area for the European society in order to increase competitiveness and innovation. And I think that this is, let me say, can easily understand here, because the use we make of high-performance computing. So for this reason, the European Commission has prepared, has deployed, has designed a strategy that is based on two main pillars. There is an industrial pillar, let's say, that is implemented by the industry-led technology platform for the European HPC suppliers, and the second is the, let me say, scientific pillar that is represented by PRACE. PRACE is the European Partnership, there is the Partnership for Advanced Computing in Europe, that is an organization founded by most of the member states, aiming at deploying an HPC infrastructure for HPC users in Europe, industrial and also academia, research, etc. The main goal of because say the industrial ingredient of this strategy is very important. The European environment, European industrial environment active in the HPC domain has, let me me say, established, has founded this European technology platform in the form of an association, industrial association, in which you can find, in where the founders are listed in the slide. There are large enterprises, there are global players in the HPC market, large means, and also research organization. I want just to point out that in black here and underlined you can find, in bold and underlined you can find the Italian players in this initiative, and just to show that the Italian efforts in this initiative is quite significant. Which are the objectives of this European technology platform? The main goal is to achieve at the end, the goal to build a European world-class HPC technology value chain that can be globally competitive, to achieve a critical mass of convergent resources in order to increase the competitiveness of European HPC vendors and solutions, and to leverage the transformative power of HPC in order to boost European competitiveness in science and business. And how this objective could be achieved by defining a research plan. This is defined and described by the so-called strategic research agenda, that is one goal and a document that will be delivered by the ETP, by the European Technology Platform, in order to provide some guidelines to the European Commission for the investments in R&D in the Horizon 2020 framework. And then, moreover, when Horizon 2020 will be active, the idea also is to establish a private and public partnership between the European Technology Platform, press and the European Commission, in order to better manage the deployment of these R&D plans. Okay, I think that that's it for my side. Just on a very small comment, final comment. As you could see, the ATP is an association, industrial level, of course. So, and you could see the founders, but it is an open association. So everybody who is active or is using HPC solutions or is developing HPC solutions in Europe is definitely invited to join. Welcome also to join, because in such a way this community can deliver a better document that can address the real needs of the HPC users, both at the industry and research level in Europe. So I hope that maybe some of you will consider this possibility, and just in case you can find in the website of the association the rules, how to apply, etc. Okay, thank you very much.